Rahul Gandhi wasn't taken seriously in Indian politics, especially by BJP. But he used that obscurity to become a nightmare for them, an heir to a dynasty of leaders who ruled India for decades. He came to be called a Shahzada or Pappu. I'm sure no one would want to call him Pappu anymore. He used everything in his capacity to put together all the forces to fight this election or to fight against BJP and Narendra Modi. But it's also true that with everything he got while functioning at full capacity, this is all that they could achieve or he could achieve, become a challenge to BJP. Nothing more than that. Yet. He vacated his seat from Wayanad because he won in Rae Bareli, which is a seat held by the Nehru family traditionally or historically. And now Priyanka Gandhi will contest from Wayanad. The reason behind this win of Rahul Gandhi is not just one thing. There is the loyal traditional vote base of INC. There is the fight against Hindu nationalism and fascism that could not be more pertinent than ever before. There is false propaganda, intensely concentrated identity politics, and last but not the least, handouts. Well, promises of handouts. All these came together, also with the help of a lot of other players and the INDI Alliance, to create this success that, well, may not ever work again. But in this, the fight against Hindu nationalism, identity politics, and handouts stand out as the most important. BJP will change the constitution. That was the biggest propaganda. But we don't actually know what that means. Does it mean that they will make more amendments? Or do the BJP has a constitution ready, just given for binding as of now? Or are they going to change the Prime Minister's rule to replace it with the President's rule? Well, all these were spread like a wildfire. And these propaganda and lies affected the minorities the most. Because if BJP got 400 seats and they changed the constitution, it would help the high caste or high class Hindus, right? CAA was another major issue because unlike in 2019 to 20, where the citizenship amendment bill was tabled, in just a few months before the elections, CAA was actually implemented. And all the fears of the minorities, which the left has fed them through these years, have been realized. It's another thing that the backward caste communities like the Mathua community are the ones actually benefiting from CAA. But who wants to talk about that or who wants to know about that? It's all about fear-mongering, isn't it? Then there is Ayodhya and the promised reconstruction of the holy sites of Kashi and Mathura. This is the election that the BJP faced after they realized the vision of Ayodhya. The fears of the minorities have finally been realized. The real tangible proof are right in front of us for Rahul Gandhi and the left to leverage. That's what we'll come to next. I'm sure that you all will agree that there is a historical animosity between some sections of Hindus and Muslims, the ones who have been communally disharmonious for decades. And that is especially true in the north of India. Now, CAA, Ayodhya, and all the other things that we talked about were the reasons or the catalyst behind that animosity. And that was very clearly reflected in the election results this time. But the minorities in India include the religious and the caste minorities. And parties like SP rely on these minority votes. And all these things that we discussed before were used as instances or evidences for them to feel threatened under the BJP's rule. And they felt so threatened that they sided with the same parties that they knew had already failed. It is quite sad to see, honestly. And a major reason for that is also the promises of incentives that Rahul Gandhi gave to these minorities. Car census, wealth redistribution, jobs and money, jobs for all and money in your banks. Imagine this, you feel that you are threatened. The Indian constitution, which was made by one of your own, is going to be rewritten. Your rights are all going to be taken away. It's going to be a Hindu Raj where you will be oppressed and persecuted like you were before. But here is this leader who talks for us, promises to stand with us, better yet, give us money, land and jobs. Who will you vote for? That is the clever game that Rahul Gandhi played. The only problem is that the threat part is just propaganda or lies, and the incentive part is unrealistic or unattainable. But the people don't need to know that, right? It's actually great to see minority representation in elections and in politics. It's a sign of democracy, unlike what a lot of people seem to think about India. But the sad reality is that the minorities in India never got a good leader who would deliver what they need, especially in the left. In reality, BJP never neglected the minorities, especially the Dalits and the scheduled tribes. But the results are not going to be as direct as money in your bank if we get to power. And that is also the reason that this will never work again for Congress or for Rahul Gandhi, because in the coming years we are going to see the effect of what has been rolled out by the government. Playing this game of fear-mongering, appeasement and handouts, what will happen if these leaders actually got into power? They know that they will only win in the elections if they can get you to be scared, hungry, poor and dependent on them. So they will never have the actual intent to get that communities out of the misery. Instead, they will continue to give aids, most probably mostly from the foreign funds that they acquire somehow, and more handouts, spreading communal disharmony and divisive policies until the country is in the gutters. All over again, because these people have been in power for a long time. That is why I'm very wary of the politics that Rahul Gandhi and the left put forward, even though I do not completely agree with everything BJP does. Now it's your turn. What do you think about Rahul Gandhi's winning and his politics? Share in the comments, like this video and share it with somebody if they want to know about this. Subscribe for more content like this. Bye bye. Hi guys, and here is the first book I have written, Life in a Ziploc Bag. Please check it out on Amazon or Flipkart. And it's also available for direct buying from the publisher itself. All these links are given in the description. Grab your copy now. Thank you.